So did anybody else start YouTubing about their favorite show this year, only to have said show kind of suck ass? Yeah. What is up, guys, gals, and ghouls? Dallas here with Dead Ass Serious, and American Horror Story double feature has come to a close. American Horror Story Death Valley has also come to a close. And you guys, I was just disappointed with the ending to both parts. Pretty sure you guys are both on the same page with me. It was just, I had my hopes right up to the very fucking end. So tonight we had the season finale, episode 10, The Future Perfect, in which we see that most major events were influenced by aliens as a distraction, which come in many forms: scandals, wars, dust devils, stuff like that. There's been two types of aliens the whole time. A concept that they really should have introduced a lot sooner. Maybe had a person with like a lizard tongue or weird eyes show up an episode or two ago. It would have just... There were already a lot of things about the season that could have been better. That was just another thing to throw in the pile. Ike dies talking about evacuation day, hearing Mamie talk shit about how depressing he is, about how her and Val really did deserve each other. I felt bad for him right up until the end. They were offering to take him to Area 51 and have him live forever, but he didn't want it. I didn't want it for him. It was like, just let him go. He feels bad enough about what he did. Tricky Dicky is talking optics and a plan to bug a certain gated building of the water persuasion. He's trying to entrap Val with information, but that shit does not go to plan, as you may have heard. Mamie, she would be deep throat. She gets nationwide attention put on Nixon, who resists resigning at first. But the aliens actually go ahead and coerce him into keeping his mouth shut with threatening his ego with an anal probe. But then it's cutscene city to his rather dignified speech saying that he's going to go ahead and step down. Of course, it wasn't written by him. A little too eloquent. He takes it and runs with it. Next thing you know, it is 1979. Mamie had previously talked about possibly faking her death, or she's ready to go. She wants to live forever, but go out and bow out of the public eye with dignity. She's gotten birthdays, Halloween, Thanksgiving turned into big events of the year, every year for adults, and she wants to leave that as her legacy. She kind of failed with evacuation day. I sure as fuck don't know what it is. Sorry if that's like some big thing, but yeah, she goes ahead and bows out. She goes to Area 51 to start her new life. She meets her new best friend, Calico, and Calico loves fudge more than life itself. And then we cut to present day. Troy and Cal got face-hugged by their own daughter. Mamie's carpets are paying the price when soldiers are sweeping the area for that little squid baby. Squid baby gets capped. Theta promotes Beta team for killing the baby. She's like, why didn't you just kill the SWAT guy? It's like, well, if the squid baby wasn't on his face, we wouldn't have had any reason to shoot him. She's like, you shouldn't have shot the squid baby. It's fucking ridiculous. So they, even though it was like it was an obsolete thing anyway, so it didn't matter if it died. A lot didn't matter this season, but anyway, two heroines give birth right after they both cherish these moments. And Jamie is not so lucky. She didn't cherish her moment. It's not a surprise because the doctor that did her ultrasound had freaked out during it, so I wasn't expecting her to have like the perfect hybrid. But then her little cum allergy that also didn't mean anything in the end, I thought that that was going to possibly aid in her having a perfect hybrid. I don't know. It didn't. Yeah. The most predictable route that they could have gone, which was Cindy Crawford's grandchild, is going to be the perfect hybrid. Like, if anyone was going to have a beautiful alien baby, it was going to be Cindy Crawford's daughter. Kendall's thought process isn't perfect, however. So when she tells Theta that they're basically going to become us, it's only a matter of time before you're so bored that you turn into what we've become. That's how we became this. She's not having that, though, so they put a shiny new mind on their perfect new breeding machine after they cut her head off. And it's very Mars Attacks about it. Chop her head. This fucking, it looks like one of those electricity, one of the little Tesla coils that shoot lightning. It looks like one of those, and you pull off the little orb part of it, and it's got a spinal cord in it that just implants itself. And they've got a new breeding machine, literally. Like, Kendall, she's just there to pump out babies, and pretty soon they're going to have it down to where she's having a baby an hour. It's pretty dark as far as her fate. which, as far as everything in the episode it turned out, I'm a fan of like bleak endings. That was pretty dark for her. I was wondering how they were going to feed her, but that's asking questions. Typically, you're definitely not going to get any answered at the season finale. But I feel like asking questions this season as a whole has kind of just, there's been no point. They left so many things up in the air. And I don't even want to get into that right now. Everything has changed with this one baby. And that's what does that mean though, Theta? Like, they have one perfect baby and they want to start pumping out other babies. How are you going to introduce these into society? How are you killing people off? Like, what's the point to where we're going to take this to the public and be like, sorry, this is the new public. Like, you are obsolete human beings. Like, no more you. At what point does that... And that's where I wanted to flash forward. I was hoping that they would have gone into the future and at least said, like, hey, this is how things turned out. Not great for humans. And I was on board with the message. They're like, Earth is a garden. You guys suck at your job. You're fired. We're firing you. I was, can't disagree with that. We've kind of not tended to our garden too well. So, hey, maybe it is someone else's turn. So... Mamie winds up getting a conscience. She learns about the hybrid. She learns that humans are going to get wiped out. Mamie's mission is to kill the alien Hitler, but that gets popped like a pimple when her head fucking explodes after Theta kills her, because Theta was making it seem like she was on her side. Like, they're going to kill all the humans. What do you mean? Right up to the end, it seemed like they were on her side. She gets a scalpel. She's going to go kill little Hitler, and then she freezes up because Theta is stopping her. It was, like, anticlimactic, I want to say. Like, I was honestly caught off guard, but then it just ended. I was hoping for just one more scene of, like, a year in the future, 5 years in the future. I would have loved for it to have taken it further than we've gone in American Horror Story into the future, like 2050. We're seeing just the general population of Earth is now these hybrids, and maybe they have their own American Horror Story bullshit. There's like a bloody face hybrid or the equivalent of it, but nothing. Like, it was a lot of built up potential, so many questions and so many ways that either part could have gone. The pills could have had a connection to the aliens. That was like her proprietary formula, was she was using those babies in the jars to like make the pills or something. The chemist could have been working for the aliens. Alma could have died, or at least gotten arrested, because like nothing came of that. The cum allergy with Jamie could have led to something. Her being outside of the car when they got abducted went nowhere. Why the Luddite bullshit? Why was there no vision of an alien-ridden future? Like, Lyme disease could have meant something. But no, they dropped a lot of balls. Like, a roller coaster that I usually love riding left me underwhelmed this year. And after a year off, it was kind of disappointing because they had more time to write this season. They had more time to tell these stories. And they kind of fucked off with both. Like, they dropped the ball, and it was... Red Tide they dropped the ball on the last episode for sure. They dropped the ball with the season with Death Valley's finale. I feel like they did stick to the title and keep it like a double feature. They truly like really didn't connect at all. So I'll give them props for like sticking to that. The trailer in the very beginning, or trailers, made it seem like there was going to be like just a little fart of connection, something there. Because there was that expectation going in, for one, that was my bad. I shouldn't have had that, or, not gonna fucking tell American Horror Story, I'm sorry, but, like, that was my fault for having that expectation going in, or, like, feeling like my theories about it were a little bit more exciting than how the show turned out. Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of underwhelmed with how it all turned out, but we are 17 weeks of American Horror Stories behind us. We can now look forward to something else. Not every week just yet. I'm going to be taking a break for at least a week or two, just to kind of palate cleanse, get through the rest of Halloween, and then focus on whatever the future of the channel is going to become, which is more reviews of other stuff. It's going to be pitches for movies that I just have ideas for that don't exist, seem like they might be fun to make, and then any trailers that we want to look at, any movies that we want to go ahead and video essay, see what I could share with you guys. And yeah, I just want to go ahead, keep the future of the channel in mind. Thank you guys for tuning in for the last 17 weeks. If you are new to the channel, I appreciate you subscribing, appreciate you watching. You guys have a good rest of your day. Catch you later.